Hello, lovely human. Welcome to The Little Flower. My name is Krista, and I use the presence and symbolism of flowers along with the tarot to deliver messages to help you align to your most authentic and abundant nature and path. Before we get started, I'd love it if you'd like this video, subscribe to my channel, and of course, at any point, feel free to leave a comment to let me know how this resonates. So, for today's reading, I am offering you an abundance message for the sign of Gemini. So, if you have Gemini in your chart, Sun, Moon, Rising, or anywhere in your chart, or if you just simply feel called to this reading and you want a message from the sign of Gemini, we're here for you. I'm here for you. So thank you so much for being here. And so for the flowers we have present today, we have this beautiful archway up here, which are two stalks of the Solomon's seal plant and flower. So Solomon's seal plants, they are imbued with symbolic meanings related to balance, protection, and wisdom. The symmetrical growth of the angular Solomon seal is often seen as a representation of life's equilibrium. The variegated Solomon seal is also linked to protection and wisdom, acting as a symbol of safeguarding and enlightenment. Okay, so with the Solomon seal, there was also something I looked up earlier that had to do with the power that King Solomon had to alter reality and use all the different elements to bring about an end outcome. So it really made me think of manifestation, the Magician card, and I thought that was fitting for an abundance reading. And then the other two flowers we have present over here, we have this one, which is called, at first I thought it was maybe a lupin. I know lupins are going to be growing soon around here, but it's actually called a water smartweed. And the water smartweed is symbolic of resilience, adaptability, and the ability to thrive in challenging environments, particularly wetland ecosystems. Its cultural significance stems from its traditional medicinal uses and the recognition of its ability to survive in both aquatic and terrestrial settings. Okay, so resilience and adaptability. And then the final flower we have today is called the common lungwort. And this sweet little flower that is both pink and purple, apparently it switches from pink to purple, which I find super cute. So the common lungwort, Pulmonaria, is a plant with rich symbolism, often associated with healing, endurance, and protection. In some Slavic folklore, the tricolored flowers of lungwort are believed to represent the stages of human life. Pink blooms for youth, blue midlife, and purple for old age. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the reading. So I pulled a card from the Nature's Whispers Oracle. Let's see what you have. We have number 7, amplify your positive emotions. Okay, and then we have this childlike fairy playing in water. And then there is something that looks like a cityscape at the bottom of this card within the water. So interesting. I'll keep that in mind. And then I also pulled a couple cards from the Vibrational Energy Oracle, and come on, you've got to be kidding. This is insane. This card keeps coming out in these astrological sign readings that I'm doing. So this came out during Pisces, Aries, and now it is out again. And the crazy thing is that right before I did this reading, I was thinking about Gemini and like the two sides of Gemini, and I was just thinking, oh, that'd be crazy if that Two Faces of Mankind card came out again. And then I had that feeling of like, yeah, right. Like just now that I said it, it's not going to. But here she is. So there might be something there about something that I don't know, like a coincidence or something that is really uncanny happening for you. Something that you hope would happen, but you think never in a million years. This actually did come out with a message similar to this came in the Aries reading. No, it was the Taurus reading. But yeah, there's something that's going to happen for you. Oh, I know. It's like almost like like there's a superstition around something. And like you feel like, oh, this could never happen for me because this type of thing never happens for me. Like, particularly for me. This happens to other people, but this doesn't happen for me. But it's going to happen for you, and you're going to be bewildered. Like, what? This never happens for me. This is insane. Like, I thought I was jinxed in this area. So there's that feeling of just being open and knowing that anything can happen and that you're worthy of so much. And yeah, just staying open to what life wants to plop into your life. I don't know why I use the word plop, but maybe that's what it'll feel like. Let's pull the other vibrational energy card, and you got, ooh, creative explosion. Okay, interesting. You're walking into a phase of your life where your creativity will be at its max. Your willpower will be at its max. You're waking up to just how powerful your creations are, your creativity is, and how much it is your lifeblood. Creating is your lifeblood. Creating is ultimate fulfillment. So whatever it is that you do in this world that is your purpose, that you love doing, that is something that helps you easily access a flow state, something that simply feels right when you're doing it. There's a sense that soon nothing will hold you back from this creative energy that exists inside of you. No longer will you hold yourself back from it. You're going to give into it. You're going to fall into it, flow into it, express yourself through it. And this journey will change your life. Journey through creativity. Through the love of what you're creating, the truth of what you're creating. All right, I'm going to pull some tarot from the Wild Unknown Tarot. There's a feeling of something that you've only really dipped your toe in. That's a really powerful creative practice for you that you're being encouraged to surrender to more deeply and to just see what comes through you. Okay, we have the Five of Cups. Yikesies. We've got two of the heavier cards in the deck. So Three of Cups. The Nine of Swords came out as well. So the Nine of Wands. Okay, the Two of Swords. The King of Swords. The Queen of Pentacles. And the Death card. Whew, okay. You've been through a lot, and your art, your creativity is going to, I mean, it sounds hyperbolic, but is going to save you. Your soul is craving creative expression. Your soul needs to follow the muse, needs to fall into a flow of truth and exploration, and your soul needs to follow the textures of who you are, the truth, your voice. Your soul longs to express itself more deeply through you. this can happen in so many different ways, of course. So I've been mentioning art, like artistic expression a lot, but it doesn't necessarily have to be traditional forms of art. It can be something that feels like art to you, that makes you feel, again, in that flow state, like you're following the muse, like you're exploring, like you're going down rabbit holes. There is like a chaotic energy to it, almost an energy of curiosity and play, a feeling of, I don't know where I'm going, but I know I'm meant to go there. You need this. Your soul needs this for fulfillment. A death energy here, of course. We do have we have the actual card, death, but it's this releasing, like ego death. There's maybe for some of you, there's been a little bit of soul death that has occurred, and there's a revival that you're meant to unfold into through this flow state you're meant to fall into. Death itself is chaotic. It's breaking down and transmuting, and like when you bury something in the ground, how, I mean, even with, like, look at this card's pretty gnarly, but it was making me think of, you know, when you bury something that's dead in the ground, and like the worms and everything comes and helps decompose it and uses it for fertility. This creative journey is going to be like that. The parts of your soul, or the parts of your being that are dying away and that you're choosing to leave behind, because it's hard to put into words. It's almost like a welcome death. Sorry, this is such a heavy reading, Gemini. I hope people who feel called to this can process this, and I understand if it's not your reading and you want to find another reading that is a little bit more positive. I mean, it's not that this isn't positive. This is a positive. Like, nothing's good or bad. Death isn't good or bad. But again, I think this process that you're walking through and the steps you're taking forward next in your life are this transmutational kind of uncertain rabbit hole you're falling into, and it can be scary, and it can be chaotic, and it can be confusing, but it's also beautiful. And it's also, there's this whole reading is laced with this feeling of, I'm exactly where I'm meant to be. I know I am. And I'm relieved that these parts of me are dying away. It's about time. They're no longer a part of who I am. I've held on to them for way too long, and I'm ready to let them go, to be to nourish the soil and leave them behind, to turn into something beautiful for maybe someone else to, like something beautiful that someone else can use or partake of or experience. So yeah, definitely release death energy here. Letting go, moving forward into a more true state, into a more true experience of who you actually are, what you're actually meant to be doing on this earth. With number 7 in general, the fact that is your overarching theme card, it is number 7. I think that's a very positive omen. Again, it's this feeling of you're right where you're meant to be. The divine has their hands all over your situation, all over your, like on your soul. The divine has you covered, is guiding you through this journey, through this transformation. And with the card saying amplify your positive emotions and this childlike energy here, once you're through this heavier, intense phase of decomposition and rebirth, you'll recognize that the part of the innocent, authentic, this untouchable part of you has always remained, and you'll be more embodied in the root and the core of who you are, the truth of who you are, more deeply than ever before. Instead of this part of you lying dormant, unexperienced, unembodied, it will now be more embodied in your everyday life, a part of your experience of the world. This childlike feeling like the world is magical, feeling like the world is exciting and new and big, like a fresh, there's just like a definitely reborn energy is coming for you. And again, it's through this portal of creativity, whatever that is for you, whatever that looks like for you. And maybe it's not even creativity, maybe it's simply inner exploration that feels exciting and feels fresh. And yeah, follow that curiosity. You're meant to experience life in a whole new way. With the Three of Cups here, I keep getting this feeling of being in an environment that didn't serve you or doesn't serve you. Being around people who don't bring out the best in you, who don't see the real you. And of course, moving away from that, nearing the end of that, or maybe it is the end of that. We have Father of Swords and Mother of Pentacles here. Air and earth. Wisdom and sustenance. Allow yourself to be fully supported through this phase, this journey. Allow yourself to fully trust in your environment and trust that you're safe to, I feel like you're going on, what do they call it? Like a walkabout? Like a, what do they call it when you go in the desert and, okay, I literally just searched for it. I don't know why I can't think of it. It's kind of late at night right now, but, if I don't find it by the end of this, and you know what word or what phrase I'm looking for, go ahead and put it. It's a pretty common phrase, so I don't know why I can't think of it. But I think that's the point. Like, it doesn't matter. The point is not like the word, the physical emanation, the label, the way something looks. The point is following a texture, following an inner call, following a scent, like a spiritual scent, and going down a rabbit hole, even though it doesn't make any sense, and trusting that you're provided for and you're safe in doing that, and being your full self in the world, and just dropping masks and just letting yourself be who you are and trusting that you're protected in that. And just going into the creative rabbit hole of your soul. I keep saying, okay, I'll just go through it like drum journey. It's not drum journey. Soul search. It is, I don't know why it matters so much to me to find that word. And then, okay, so with the Two of Swords being in the center of the reading, I kept getting this feeling of, like, Two of Swords is about inner conflict. But like the conflict being the door to this awakening, the door to this path you're meant to step onto. So literally, like, walk straight into the conflict, like whatever's going on internally that's conflicting or that's possibly holding you back, or if you're like not moving forward in your life because of over analyzation, like if you can't make a choice, the feeling is walk into that choice. Like, I don't know how to word it in another way, but like walk into that inner conflict, walk through that door, because it doesn't matter. The point is, it doesn't matter what choice you make. It's the soul journey is through. So take that as it resonates. But yeah, the way is through, and there is no right way. You've got a really beautiful, heartfelt, soulful journey ahead of you. And you're ready to walk that path, this path. And you're meant to live a life that is authentic, that is grounded, that is fulfilling, and that is purposeful. And none of that requires you to care what other people think about you. None of that requires you to live up to some unattainable ideal of who you think you should be. 27:27 as I look up at the camera timer. Spend some time in the ending. The nine energy. The end is a moment in time worth experiencing. Walk through those doors into the end and experience that ending fully, so that when you move forward into this fresh, new way, you know everything is exactly as it should be. 28:28 as I look up at the camera. That's reduces to 10, 1, new beginnings. Oh, no, wait. No, that reduces, 8, 9, 10. Actually, that reduces to 2, which is partnership, harmony, unity. Maybe that's the whole point. Unity with oneself, unity with the world, unity with humanity, unity with another person. But first, the ending. All right, I'm going to pull one card from the Mindfulness on the Go cards, and that will be your reading. Oops. Be with the intensity of this ending, I just heard. Okay, so we have empty space. Empty space. As often as you can, shift your awareness from objects to the space around the objects. For example, when you look in the mirror, notice the space around the image of your head. In a room, notice the empty space rather than the furniture, people, or other visual objects. Our identity is bound up in objects that reinforce our sense of self. We seldom step back and see the background, the empty space that makes up most of a room, a building, or an outdoor vista. When we are able to shift our awareness to the space around objects, there is a sense of relief. It is equally important to perceive the space that exists within the mind. When we can let go of thoughts and hold our awareness on the mind ground behind the thoughts, there is an immediate feeling of relief. Let the mind become spacious. Do not be distracted or fooled by its content. Exactly. Okay, that is your reading. I am honored by your presence. Thank you. All right, my lovely human. If you'd like to be supported by me more deeply through powerful energy healing transmissions that serve as monthly anchor points to keep you grounded and aligned to your most fulfilling and abundant path, along with access to a growing collection of exclusive soulful pick-a-flower readings, I'd be honored to have you in the sacred space of my Little Flower Patreon community. My intention is for this space to be a spiritual lifeline to healing, clarity, and soul alignment, a sacred container that leaves you feeling free and safe to unfold into your most authentic and abundant nature. I've made this accessible at just $8 per month, intentionally so as the number 8 symbolizes abundance, balance, and unity. If you feel called, feel free to like, comment, or subscribe to the Little Flower YouTube channel, as all of these exchanges help not only for my channel growth, but for me to feel connected to the fabric of the community who finds their way into the energetic space I've created. Feel free to browse my single infinite prayer energy healing transmissions, check out my adorable merch featuring my bee and flowers logo and the phrase, "Hello, lovely human," and leave me a tip, or in other words, buy me a coffee if you feel called to. I sometimes offer personal readings, so be on the lookout for open slots for those as well. Everything you'll need is listed in the description box below. Last but not least, I have another YouTube channel called Soul Hearken, which is my heart and soul in video form. If you feel called to it, I'd be honored to have you over there as well. With so much gratitude, I send you prayers of happiness, peace, health, and wealth. You are honored and loved.